Hi, I'm Kierstin, and today I'm going to lead you through a flow and restore. We will be using props if you don't have any props at home with you. If you're doing this at home, instead of a block, you could use a book or another, just something to elevate yourself. Blankets, just any blanket will do, and same thing for the bolster. Really, any blankets or pillows or anything that might just make your practice a little bit more comfortable. And at the end of this practice, I'll also give you a couple modifications and options for doing some of these restorative postures at home. And I hope you enjoy. All right, we're going to begin with a little pranayama. This is a 3-part Dirga breath. So first, find a comfortable seat for yourself. You could sit up on a blanket and just bring the edges of your sits bones right to the edge of that blanket. You could also sit on a block or some books or a pillow. The legs can either be cross-legged or even legs extended, or sitting on top of the heels is another really great option. Lots of options. Just find a comfortable seat. And kind of wiggle around. Allow for those sits bones to ground down. A slight tuck through the tailbone, getting really heavy through the hips, through the legs. On your exhale, inhale, sit up nice and tall through the crown of the head, through the chest. As you begin to breathe. And this Dirga 3-part breath could be done with the palms down at the thighs, or it might feel really good to take one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest to really feel this breath. We'll begin by exhaling all of our air out. On your inhale, fill space into low belly, that bottom hand. Expand through ribs on all sides, all the way up into the chest. And then exhale, chest, ribs, belly. So inhaling low belly, up into your ribs, all the way up into the chest. Exhale, top, all the way down. And one more breath, filling bottom, all the way to the top. Exhale, top, all the way down. And allowing the breath to come naturally once again. And palms can come back down by the thighs. As you begin to settle into the space, onto your mat, know that you are exactly where you're meant to be, beginning to leave behind any anxieties or worries or concerns about what happened during the day, what's yet to come. And know that your only job is to be in this space on your mat and holding some presence for yourself as we begin to connect breath with movement. Maybe you drop the chin towards the chest. And it might feel good to take gentle rolls, left ear, left shoulder, right ear, right shoulder. Moving the chin up and down in space, kind of finding a sweet spot that might feel really good. Lengthening through the sides of the neck. If you'd like a little extra sensation, you can kind of crawl the fingers out on either side of you, sitting up nice and tall through the chest and taking these same neck rolls. And pausing again anywhere that feels really good, or continuing to move. And after you've hit that opposite side, dropping the chin back towards the center. Maybe you begin to flutter the eyes open or taking a soft gaze down the tip of the nose and lift the chin back to neutral. On an inhale, lift those arms high. Exhale, roll the shoulders down away from the ears. Nice and grounding down through those sits bones. Inhale, up tall through the chest. Exhale, that right palm down, reach nice and long through left side body. You can choose to let the head hang heavy, or you can take the gaze past your elbow. And allow that left hip to be really heavy. You can kind of wiggle it out. Breathing into side body here. Take a nice big breath in. And then on your exhale, you're going to reach left fingertips forward, followed by the right, sweeping all the way around. Ground down through that left palm, and inhale, reach that right arm high. And again, head can hang heavier. You can take that gaze up past the elbow. Right hip hangs heavy. Have a nice big breath in and out. And then one more full breath in. And exhale, sweeping all the way around to the other side. That right palm plants, lift that arm high. And then go ahead and take the fingers to the back of the neck. Kind of give yourself a nice little massage, lengthening the back of the neck. And then when that thumb can kind of hook on the base of the skull. So as you inhale, you can lean the head back into the palm, open up through the chest. And as you exhale, drive your elbow towards your knee. Inhale to open up. Continue to drop that right shoulder away from your ear. Exhale forward. And one more time, full breath in, lift up. And exhale to round. Inhale, lift that left arm high. And exhale, sweeping around to the opposite side. Grounding down through palm, inhale, that right arm high. And same thing, kind of massaging through the back of the neck with those fingers until you find a place where the thumb hooks at the back of the skull. So inhale to open up, lean the head back. Exhale forward. Inhale to open up, drop that left shoulder away from your ear. Exhale forward. And then last one, take a nice big breath in, open up. And exhale. Inhale, lift that right arm high. And exhale, gentle forward fold. You can kind of crawl the fingertips away from you. Maybe shake the head out, wiggle the hips side to side. Take a nice big breath in. And out. And then inhale, walking those fingers back up towards the ankles. If you're in a cross-legged position, just go ahead and take that opposite ankle in front and balance out through those hips. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, ground down through those sits bones. On your inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale to cactus those arms. So elbows come to 90 degrees. Spread the fingers really wide. Take a nice big inhale, sit up tall through the chest. On your exhale, twist towards your left. Take a nice big breath in and out. Inhale, come back through center, arms reach high. Exhale, once again, we cactus those arms, squeeze those shoulder blades together, elbows move back towards each other. It's a nice big inhale to sit up tall. And an exhale, use your core to twist yourself. Another big breath in and twist a little deeper on your exhale. Inhale, come back through center, arms reach high. Exhale, gentle forward fold one more time, crawling those fingertips away from you, dropping the chin, maybe shake the head out, maybe wiggle the hips. Nice big inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, crawling those fingertips back up towards the ankles. We're gonna make our way to our tabletop. So remove any props you might have been sitting on and shift them off to the side. Coming to hands and knees. So spread the fingers really wide, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. On an inhale, the belly drops, the gaze lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale to round through the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, belly drops, spread through the collarbones. Exhale, push the mat away from you, creating space between the shoulder blades. And you can continue in these cat-cows, or it might feel really good to take some C shapes through the spine, looking back towards the heels. Barrel rolls through the chest, moving the ribs around in space. Or some hip circles. Hips might release back towards the heels, up towards those wrists. Moving in really any way that feels good as you begin to warm up the spine, warming up the wrists, the knees. The head might hang heavy. Your eyes can even stay closed. Making sure you're moving in the opposite direction. 2 to 3 more breaths here. You could pause in any posture that feels good, like your child's pose. Or dropping the hips forward, opening through those shoulders. And your next inhale, gently pull yourself back to that strong tabletop. And from here, it's a slight tuck through the tailbone, so we really pull our belly button towards our spine. And then tuck the toes under, spread those fingers really wide. Externally rotate through upper arm so your eyes of your elbows begin to point forward. This rolls the shoulders down the back. Take a nice big breath in and exhale to hover those knees. Keep drawing that tailbone slightly down. Pull the belly button towards the spine. Keep pushing the mat away from you. Take a nice big breath in and out. One more inhale. And then exhale, push into those palms to lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha, your downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out through the feet if that feels good. So bending one knee and then the other. Shaking the head out. Finding that same external rotation through upper arms. 3 breaths here. Take one more nice big breath in and out. And then look between the thumbs and gently walk the feet to meet them at the top of the mat, taking your time to get there. Once you arrive, we'll take 3 half lifts. So on an inhale, spread those fingers up, the legs as we come to halfway lift. Draw those shoulder blades together, belly it's nice and strong. Exhale, melt the chest forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. If it feels good, you can grab opposite elbows, take a little sway side to side. It might also feel good to bend the knees really deeply, pour more weight into your toes, get a nice low back release. Full breath in and out. Release the fingertips back down towards the mat. On an inhale, we'll lift halfway, draw those shoulder blades together. Exhale, plant the hands and step back into your plank. And in your plank, draw those heels back. Squeeze everything towards the midline. Maybe the gaze can even come forward. Take a nice big breath in and out. Take one more inhale. Exhale, draw the knees down. Inhale, glide forward. Those shoulders come over the fingertips. Keep the belly tight as you exhale, lower all the way down. Untucking the toes. Tops of feet plant into the mat. Spread those fingers back as you inhale, lift, cobra. Exhale, melt the chest down. Tuck the toes and come back to your Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. And on your inhale, look between the thumbs. You can step, hop, float to the front of your mat. On an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana. Soft bend through those knees so that the belly rests on the thighs. Bring your hands to your hips. And on an inhale, we're gonna lift the chest, the torso to parallel. So weight is in the heels, nice and strong through those legs. Keep driving those shoulder blades together, pulling your belly button towards your spine. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, send the hips a little bit lower. And then inhale all the way to stand, lift those arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms, maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your plank. In your plank, it's a nice big breath in. Keep reaching those heels back. A full exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, knees. Inhale, shoulders over fingertips. Exhale, elbows stay close to the body as we lower down. Tops of feet plant. Inhale, drawing those shoulders away from your ears, cobra. Exhale, chest comes down, tuck the toes, come back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Shake out the head. And then inhale, lift that right leg high. And the hips stay square here, so those right toes point straight down. Equal weight in both hands. On your inhale, squeeze the glute, lift the leg a little higher. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose as you pull the thigh up into the chest, and then step the foot down between the hands. And from here, ground down through that left palm. So we're stacking the left wrist under the left shoulder, and then inhale, reach that right arm high. So stacking that right shoulder on top of the left. Equal weight in both feet here. And notice if this right hip popped out and draw it back into place. Take a nice big breath in and out. And one more inhale. And then exhale, plant the hands. You're gonna spin that left heel down to 90 degrees. And then that right hand, comes to that right hip. And then on an inhale, we're gonna lift the torso to parallel, reach the left fingertips forward. So belly button's nice, pulling towards the spine. Equal weight in both feet, push equally between that right foot and that left pinky toe edge of the left foot. Take a big inhale and exhale. And then inhale, draw a line straight up and over towards the back of your mat. Virabhadrasana, warrior two. So gazing out that right middle finger, shoulders move away from the ears. And begin to drive that right knee towards the front right corner of your mat. Turn on that right glute. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, draw the tailbone down. Inhale, straighten the legs, palms touch overhead. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Two more, inhale up. And exhale, open. And last one, take a full breath in, palms touch. Open up, exhale. And then inhale, straighten through that front leg. As you exhale, draw those fingertips as far forward as you can and draw a straight line down to your right toes. You can always use a block for a Trikonasana if that feels a little bit better. Again, you can stack books, or the hand can always just come to the shin. Start with that left hand on your left hip. So we're beginning to stack, once again, that left shoulder on top of that right. Opening up through left side body. On your inhale, that left arm might reach high. Take a nice big breath in and out. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to pivot on those left toes, framing that front foot. And bring that left knee down. You can heel toe that right foot to the outside. All fingertips come to the inside of that right foot. And from here, walk that left hand out, kind of off of your mat. And we're gonna still open up like we did before. This time it's a nice wide opening. So now you can really draw that left shoulder away from your ear. You can allow that right knee to fall to the outside as you open up. Big breath in and out, sink those hips down. One more inhale. And exhale. Hands come to the inside of that foot, tuck the left toes. As you straighten through the left leg, step right foot back to meet the left. You're in your plank. In your plank, take a nice big breath in. And then exhale, knees gliding forward. Exhale, chest down. Tops of feet plant to the earth. As you inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, chest lowers, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Notice where the mind goes. Is it focused on that breath or is it wandering elsewhere? Without judging, gently guide it back. Back to the breath. On your inhale, lift that left leg high. And again, squaring the hips, those left toes point straight down. Equal weight in both hands. On an inhale, squeeze the glute, lift the leg higher. Exhale, draw the thigh up into the belly as you glide forward. And then step the foot between the hands. Mirror ground down through that right palm. And then inhale, lift that left arm high. So this time stacking that left shoulder on top of that right. And see if that left hip popped out and gently guide it back into place. Nice big breath in. And out. Take one more inhale, reach left fingertips high, and then exhale, and coming back down. Spin that right heel down to 90 degrees. That left hand comes to the left hip, and then inhale, lift the torso halfway, reaching right fingertips forward. So keep drawing belly button towards spine, equal weight in both feet. And if that left hip popped out, go ahead and slide it back. On your next inhale, draw a straight line up and over. towards the back of your mat. Warrior 2. Tailbone draws down, shoulders away from the ears. Gazing over that middle finger. Take a nice deep breath in. And out, draw that left knee towards the left front corner of your mat. Inhale, legs straighten, palms touch overhead. Exhale, open up. 2 more times. Inhale, legs straighten, palms touch. Exhale, open. And 1 more full breath in, we lift up. And exhale. Straighten through that front leg. And coming into our Trikonasana, we reach as far forward as we can with left fingertip, shift that right hip back. Right hand comes to the hip. You can slide down. Again, using a block, or you can always take the hands to the shin. A little micro bend in that knee. Beginning to stack that right shoulder on top of that left. Opening up through right side body. Maybe that right arm reaches high on your inhale. Big breath in. And out. And 1 more inhale. And then exhale, spinning on those right toes, framing the foot, heel toe that left foot wide, bringing that right knee down. Then again from here, this time we're gonna walk that hand out right off of the mat, so that when you lift that left arm high, you can drop that left hip out. Really open up through the chest, spread wide through those collarbones. Take a nice big breath in and out, settle those hips down. Full inhale and exhale. Take 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, hands plant on the inside of that left foot. Tucking those right toes, straightening through the leg. Left foot steps back to meet the right. You're in your plank. In your plank, another big breath in. And then exhale, knees, chest. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhales take you back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, lift that right leg high. Exhale, draw the thigh up into the chest. Inhale, in your plank, lift that thigh up, and then exhale, place the foot between the hands. From here, on your inhale, we're gonna lift those arms high. Crescent, warrior. Good. On your exhale, draw those shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice big breath in and out. And ground down through that right foot. As you exhale, take the hands to clasp at the low back. And as those hands clasp at the low back, you're gonna work the palms together. Draw those elbows towards each other, roll those shoulder blades together. And then take the gaze down in front of those right big toes as you begin to pour more weight into that right foot and lift that left leg high for your Virabhadrasana 3, warrior 3, flying warrior. And then you can begin to work that fist down the spine, really spreading through those collarbones. The more you lift this left leg and strengthen and kick out through that left heel, the easier it is to balance. Little micro bend through that right knee, bending as much as you need to keep that balance. Take a nice big deep breath in and out. And 1 more inhale. And then exhale, nice soft through that right knee, step those left toes back. Inhale, lift those arms high. Exhale, hands come to the inside of that right foot. You're gonna walk the hands along, lengthwise along your mat. Feet come to parallel. And then walk those hands over towards that left leg. Nice deep bend in that left knee, and then you can crawl the fingertips forward and drop the chest down. Full breath in and out. Stretching through those arms, releasing the weight of the head. Big inhale and exhale. And as you inhale, we're gonna come around to the back of your mat. So now this left foot is forward, that right foot is back. And then on an inhale, we're gonna lift those arms high, crescent warrior. Draw those shoulders away from your ears on your exhale. Nice big deep breath in. And then as you exhale, send those palms to the low back. And then clasp the palms again. Take that opposite thumb on top. It should feel a little bit weird. Grounding down through that left foot this time. Look in front of those left toes. And then on an inhale, lifting that right leg. Vira 3. And again, sending that fist down to really lift up through those collarbones. If you notice you come into a really big back bend here, continue to kind of draw that tailbone down and internally rotate that right thigh. The torso comes to parallel. Big breath in and out. Nice bend, as deep of a bend in that left knee as you need, and sending that right heel back as hard as you can, really lifting through that right leg. One more big inhale and exhale. A breath in. And then exhale nice and slow. Back to your crescent. Inhale those arms high. And then exhale, hands come on the inside of that left foot this time. And again, working our way forward. Feet come to parallel, toes pointing forward. Then take a nice deep bend into that right knee this time. As you begin to crawl those fingertips forward again, sinking into those hips, sending the chest down. Take a nice big deep breath in and out. Full breath in and out. And on your inhale, pivoting on those left toes, heel toe that right foot back. Step right foot back to meet the left. You're in your plank. In your plank, take a nice big deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, chest lowers. And once we're down onto our bellies, go ahead and walk that right foot to the bottom right corner of the mat, left foot bottom left corner. You're gonna take these hands, these fingertips wide. So fingertips come off the mat, so we're at that 90 degrees through those elbows. Just bring the forehead down to center, kind of wiggle the hips side to side so you release through the low back. Without really clenching through the glutes and that low back, we're gonna engage the legs at the tops of the feet, really plant into the mat. Pressing down through all 10 fingertips on an inhale, peel the chest off of the mat. Exhale, melt the chest down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale down. This time we're going to inhale, lift up through center. And then exhale, drop your right shoulder, look over your left, back towards your heels. Keep pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop left, look over right. So once more each side, inhale, center. Exhale, drop right, look over left. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop left, look over right. Last time, inhale, come through center. Maybe the arms straighten. Spread through collarbones. And then exhale, melt the chest down. Take a little crocodile pose, so palms come down underneath the forehead. Stacking those palms, making yourself a little pillow. Forearms parallel with the front of your mat. Might feel good to kind of wiggle the hips side to side. Just release through the low back. Take a nice big deep breath in and out. And from here, slide those fingertips down, palms under the shoulders, tuck those toes, and come back through down dog. And the last little few poses here before we come down to our restorative. And from here, go ahead, you're in your down dog. You can widen the feet just a little bit, and then bring that right forearm down. And from here, you're gonna stack that elbow right underneath the shoulder, spread that right palm wide, and then crawl those left fingertips as far as you can. On your inhale, lift that left leg high. Maybe taking a gaze underneath that left armpit. Take a nice full breath in and out. One more inhale. And then exhale, the toes can come down, pressing into that right palm, back to down dog. And just stretching out that opposite side. In your down dog, just drop both of the heels over to the left. You can kind of curl those right fingertips forward. Getting a nice stretch through right side body. Take a full breath in and out. And then inhale, come back through center. And then take the knees wide and walk those hands back towards the knees. Hips back towards the heels. You can either extend those arms long, you could bring the elbows wide, maybe taking our Anjali Mudra or Namaste at the base of the neck. You could also wrap the arms around the body. Maybe give yourself a little third eye massage. Take a nice big deep breath in and out. And then reach those arms forward if they aren't already. Child's pose. Inhale, coming through your tabletop, spread those fingers wide, tuck the toes. Exhale, down dog. And just moving on to the opposite side. So we're in our down dog. This time we're gonna bring that left forearm down. That left elbow comes right under the left shoulder. Spread those left fingertips wide. And then from here, the left toes stay grounded as you lift that right leg high. And maybe you crawl those right fingertips way towards the front of your mat. Maybe taking the gaze under that right shoulder. Big breath in and out. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, right fingertips, right foot comes down, back to down dog. And then once again, just stretching out that opposite side. So we're in our down dog. Go ahead and just drop those heels over to the right. And you can even lift up onto those left fingertips, getting a nice stretch through left side ribs. Take one more big inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bring the knees down. Go ahead and walk those hands back towards the legs. Just take a seat. So we're gonna take a few restorative postures to finish here. And again, if you don't have any of these props in your home, you can make do with pillows, with extra blankets, with books. Just kind of make do with what you have. The intention of these restorative postures is that you're bringing the ground up to meet you. So the intention is to barely have any sort of holding or really feeling like you're forcing yourself into these postures. At all. So the first one we're going to take is just a nice opening through those hips. It's our Supta Baddha Konasana. So again, if you have blocks, wonderful. You can make a little T. If not, you can use books or like a cardboard box or something, a nice sturdy one. And if you don't have a bolster, you can just use pillows for this as well. Kind of the sturdier, the better. You could also roll up a nice big quilt as well and kind of use it here. You can also practice the same restorative posture without as many props. You might not hold it as long. There's a few other modifications for that, but that is another option as well. So Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet come together, the knees come wide. You can always place extra pillows underneath the thighs for a little extra support. You can also walk those heels as far away from you as you want here. And then in this Baddha Konasana, I kind of like to place something over my feet. This kind of feels like a nice little extra grounding, warms up those toes. Take a nice big breath in, sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, you're gonna walk those hands back and lay back onto your props, making a nice little reclined seat for yourself. And then you can choose to, maybe the hands can stay at the belly, or maybe you just bring the palms really wide. And again, the intention here is that the props are coming up to meet you. So if you need to place anything else underneath the hands to kind of raise them up, extra books, extra pillows, please do so. And then once you find a nice comfortable position, know that your only job is to breathe. Allowing the props to come up and meet you where you are at. Sometimes when we hold postures in stillness, they're even a little bit more challenging than those super strong asana postures, our warriors. And so what do you tell yourself to bring you back to this present moment? Not judging yourself if the mind wanders, simply guiding it back to the breath. Maybe offering yourself a kind word or a positive affirmation. You're welcome to pause this at any point in time. If you feel like you would like to hold this for, up to 10, 15 minutes. We're just going to hold for a few more breaths. Nice, slow, deep breaths, not trying to control, just being. Take one more big breath in and out. Know that the transition between these restorative postures are oftentimes just as important as the postures themselves. So as you move out of these postures as we finish up our practice here, do so with a lot of intention. Maybe the eyes stay closed or a nice soft gaze. And move with ease, with a great deal of care. And so to come out of this posture, you can gently glide those palms kind of underneath those shoulders. As you tuck the chin to the chest, and gently work your way up into a seat. And for this next posture, this little supine twist, you're gently just going to take those hips and start off with that left hip up along your props, wherever those props are. And then I like to walk my my right hip back so that the sole of my left foot is right on that thigh. And then from here, we're going to work on squaring that chest over that prop and then lengthening through the crown of the head as you come down. For a little extra twist, you can bring that right cheek down, so getting that full spinal twist, or you can always take that left cheek down if that full twist is too much. Again, closing the eyes, kind of working those forearms down for a little support. If this is too high or too low, adding more books or more blocks or another blanket. And again, just knowing that your only job is to breathe. Not trying to force yourself into a posture. And again, if you don't have any props, taking a really simple supine twist. So just laying on your back and dropping the legs to one side, the arms out to a T is another great option. Taking one more big breath in and out. And again, welcome to pause this at any point if you'd like to stay in these postures a little bit longer. And then with a lot of ease, gently guiding the forehead back to center. As you walk those hands back up towards the hips, really easy to get to the other side and come back. And then drop the knees over to the right. And bring that right hip down to that prop. That left leg back, the sole of the right foot on that left thigh. Working on squaring the center of the chest over that prop as we work our way down. And again, that left cheek might come down if you want that full spinal twist. Or the right cheek is also a great option. Releasing the forearms down. And taking rest on the opposite side. Taking another big breath in and out. And when you feel balanced, roughly on both sides, gently walking those palms under the shoulders, you draw the forehead back to center, carefully walking yourself back up and coming around. And for this final restorative posture, this can also be your Savasana as well. So we'll hold this for a little bit longer. If you don't have any props, or sometimes even if you do have props, it can feel really nice to simply go up against a wall and either placing a pillow or something underneath the low back and lifting the legs up the wall. Over the edge of a couch is really great if you don't have any wall space. So coming to, or even a chair here, and then you'd lift the calves up onto that chair. I'm going to offer that Stonehenge option if you do have the props with you. So you make 2 little pillars with your blocks, making a nice little bridge with that bolster. And then you do the same thing if this were a chair or the couch. And you begin to come forward, bringing those hips nice and close. If you'd like to make a little neck pillow, you can use any blanket for this. You open up that blanket wide, and then just roll 1 to 2 times, maybe even 3 times, depending upon the curvature of your neck, to give yourself a nice little neck support. And walking those hips right up close to that prop, whatever it looks like. Dropping the hips down, the legs up onto your prop. Then this neck pillow comes right underneath the neck. The rest of the blanket supporting the back of the head. And then those arms can come out wide. Wiggle the hips side to side, making sure you're really comfortable here. And then exhale all of your air out. Take 1 more big, deep breath in. Fill up through belly, through ribs, through chest. Take 1 more sip of air at the top. And an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. And maybe you soften through all 10 toes, through the soles of the feet, tops of the feet, releasing through ankles, shins, calves. Soften the space behind the knees. Allowing gravity to take the weight of the hips, the thighs, the pelvis. The belly is soft. The chest open. Releasing through shoulders, upper arms, forearms, and wrists. Palms and fingertips weightless. Allow the neck to be long, softening through jaw, through cheeks, through the space behind the ears. Eyes heavy in their sockets, and forehead smooth. Finally softening through the scalp for a full body release. And again, you are welcome to perhaps pause this or just let the video keep playing as you continue to rest in your legs up the wall modifications, your Shavasana. When you are ready to come out of it, simply beginning to bring the attention to the breath. Becoming aware of the rise and fall of the belly, the air moving in and out of the nostrils. And allow your first big movement to be that nice deep inhale, filling space with belly. And exhale, the belly button falls towards the spine. As you continue to deepen and lengthen the breath, you might bring the movement down towards the toes, brushing the thumb across the fingertips, or allowing the head to fall from side to side. You might also yawn, lick the lips, swallow. It might feel good to reach the arms overhead, stretching long through side bodies. And then gently on your exhale, rolling over to one side in the fetal posture. You have either the prop or your arm as a pillow. And just taking one more moment of rest here, offering yourself a bit of gratitude, thanking yourself for taking the time to practice today. And then with as little effort as possible, with the eyes still closed, gently work your way into any comfortable seat. And once you find that seat, taking a nice big inhale, sitting up nice and tall through the chest. Exhale heavy through those sits bones. And ending your practice with the palms wherever feels most authentic to you. It could be down at the thighs, one hand on top of the other over heart center, or our Anjali Mudra, or Namaste, symbolizing the balancing of our left and right, our sun and our moon, our yin and our yang. We'll close with one breath. Exhale all of the air out to begin. A nice big deep breath in, fill all the way up. Take an extra sip of breath at the top, and an open mouth exhale. The light in me sees and honors the light in you as the same. And thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.